Hi friends, welcome back to Playing Tribute to Apollo Justice Ace Attorney, where we are on the last case of the game, Turnabout Succession. And it has just been revealed that the true forger of the case, I was going to say of the case, but that doesn't make any sense because it's not like we have evidence from them. The forger is not Drew Measham, who is the victim, but Vera Measham, who is the defendant. So that's just been revealed. The court went in an uproar. We might be able to talk to her during this 10-minute recess that we have before we jump back in there. So here's hoping. Okay, so where exactly does this leave us, Apollo? Well, the Drew Measham who was killed wasn't Drew Measham the forger, basically. Well, then, who was he? Well, he was actually doing her nails. So you really made those forgeries? Yes. Her father. I know. It was wrong. Could you tell us about how it happened? My father was a painter. I loved painting ever since I was a child. One day Father saw it in me. He saw that I had the talent. The talent for making forgeries? How should I say it? It was not only paintings I made. Even the materials I could make. Anything. Anything? Father was so proud, and I so happy. But in the end, I was making those forgeries. I've never had a good constitution, nor personality. I know very little of the world outside my door. Now, because of me, Father is... Do you know about this red envelope? I remember that envelope. It was some time ago. So you were already creating your works back then? I started when I was only 12 years old. So the one who figured out the stamp was poisoned. That was... Mr. Justice, it's time. To the courtroom, please. Right. Out of time. Wait, Vera, just one more thing, please. Those 3 paintings in the studio. I painted those as part of my work. Right. See, we checked them out and we saw what was underneath. We saw the rough sketches underneath the 3 finished paintings. I see. Mr. Justice? Yes? Father, he knew of you. Of both of you. Your late father? He was watching, gathering information. All about the right and good law offices. But lately we're not doing just law. Yes, you do tricks, gags to amuse, play piano. Well, they're not really gags. Yet when Father heard you were resumed the legal business. How pleased he was. Who was Mr. Measham? How am I supposed to know? What if he was Daddy's daddy? Judging from the relative ages involved, I'd say it's highly unlikely. Things are already confusing enough with all these daddies running around. We know that the victim's daughter, Vera, was the forger. What does this mean for the case? Guess we're about to find out. Court is now back in session. She's nervous now. Vera seems pretty tense. She's practically chewing her fingernails clean off. Perhaps you could begin by telling us how it all worked. How did you set up this Drew Measham forger persona? She's staring holes in his head again. There's that stare again. She's drilling more holes into his head. I know it's hard for you, but hey, he's a handsome guy. What's hard? Very well, miss, if you would. Did you really make those detestable forgeries? Aw, don't be so mean! Perhaps you'd rather answer my question. Were you the one who painted that painting? The remarkably similar one? Yes. I painted it, yes. Father praised me quite highly. So she was the one who made the forgeries. Yet she did not wish to reveal the truth of their operation. So the victim was a stand-in, a decoy. To the world at large, he was the forger, not her. I've done a bad thing. I have, haven't I? Regardless, we need a little more information. About, for instance, this. You have seen this before, yeah? Yes. It was in the desk drawer. Very well. You may proceed with your testimony. Tell us everything you know about this envelope. I created things and Father sold them. This envelope came after my first work. That was other than a painting. Father handled the deal. All of it. I received the stamp that was in that envelope. It was after that job that I moved to the current studio. There certainly was much great interest in your testimony. Not that the witness realizes it. Very well, please begin the cross-examination. Right, okay. I need more information about this forger. This Drew Measham. Are you talking about her? Or him? The fake forger or the real one? Press everything. So these things you were making, you mean paintings identical to other paintings, right? The closer they were, the happier Father was. I was happy too. Still, you're quite young now. When did you begin this work? My first painting sold when I was 12. Your Honor! She had no idea what she was doing was illegal. Objection! Easy there, little attorney. You're not here to defend her for the crime of forgery. True. Please, tell us more about this envelope. This envelope that may very well have killed your father. Alright. By other than a painting, you mean you'd only done paintings up to that point? Yes. My father had a realization. He noticed my talent extended to making things other than paintings. For instance? For instance, a letter someone had written. Or a fingerprint left upon a cup. Or a signature on a document. A seal upon a letter. None of this makes her sound very innocent at all. And the $100,000 promised in this letter was the start. The beginning of a new industry for Drew Measham. A new industry? The creation of items to be used in criminal proceedings. Forging evidence, in other words. Uh-oh. So you didn't know how the things you were making were being used? I enjoy painting very much. I think I understand. Fraulein has lived in an unusual little world. Can you tell us what happened to the papers that were in this envelope? Father signed them, sent them back, I believe. Did he follow the instructions? Send him the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp? This is a rather important matter. Give your answer some thought. See the stamp that was in that envelope. Okay. What do you mean you received it? Did I do something wrong? You didn't use that stamp because it was dangerous, correct? Deadly poison on the back? Petroquinine? A moment, Herr Forehead. You can't force an answer upon the witness. Now then, perhaps you would tell me, Fraulein Vera? Why did you receive the stamp? Something wrong. It was beautiful. Aha, you mean it was one of those commemorative stamps. How many times is she gonna draw it? Yes, I think it was. So you didn't know about the poison? I guess not. Looks just like him. So the trap failed by chance, by mistake, thanks to this commemorative stamp. Quite a close call. You mean you moved to where the current Drew studio is? Yes, we saw very few people there. I began drawing picture books. The single job had tied them to the criminal underworld. I think Mr. Rachel wished to reduce their visibility in the world at large. When we had to meet someone for some reason, Father posed as the creator of the work. So that was the real essence of the artist Drew Measham. You did the work and he supplied the face. Alright, so that's pretty clear. So you really don't know anything, do you? You had no idea how much danger you were in. Apparently not. About this commemorative stamp, could you tell us more about it? She's gonna draw it again. It was very pretty. And more than that. Yes? It was a picture of people I liked at the time. This is something new. Apparently, we've got some cross-examination yet ahead of us. If you would be so kind as to continue your testimony, Fraulein. The stamp was a picture of my favorite magicians, so I kept it. When you say magicians... Magicians? Mysterious things. I always have. Even though she fainted when she saw Mr. Hat. You're confusing mysterious with freaky. Father took me when I was very young. It was a great magic show. I loved it so much. See? Isn't magic great? Fine, great, yeah, sure. No need to get all excited. But the magic troupe we saw disbanded soon after. I was quite sad. Did she just say what I think she said? Magic troupe? Now, where have I heard that before? The red envelope came after she completed her first job. It makes it a letter from her client, whoever wanted a forgery made. Apollo! We're close. We just have to piece together the parts. Deadly weapon in a red envelope, and the path it took to take Drew Measham's life. Oh no, I have this. Because the grammar isn't. But this show. Objection! It's not really a contradiction, though. Those magicians you liked, was it this bunch? Take that as a yes. Apollo, they're not a bunch. I see, so I have to wonder. Include a commemorative stamp like that in a business letter. Good question. Well, pretty stamps are always better, and you can't beat the troupe grammar eye. The whole murder plan was a failure because of it. Ironic, don't you think? Prosecutor Gavin? You okay over there, Gavin? Prosecutor Gavin. Grammar eye? What's with Gavin? Might I ask just one question of the witness? In your testimony just now, you stated this was your first work that was other than a painting. please, tell me. What exactly did you make? Can I ask why? No. Answer the question. Now. You're scaring her. Calm yourself down. Prosecutor Gavin, you're usually not one whose volume concerns me. Yes, it is unbecoming of me, I apologize. But I must know, please, Miss Measham, tell me. It was a book. A single page in a book. Book. Please be more specific. It was a handwritten book. Like a diary. No, I don't know! What's wrong with Prosecutor Gavin? He looks like he just saw a ghost. Miss Measham, this book. Was there a picture of a silk hat on the back cover? Yes or no? How did you know? Objection! Prosecutor Gavin, the defendant is answering all of your questions. Stop badgering her. He's told you nothing, has he? Your soiled, sullied mentor? Nothing? Sullied who? Phoenix Wright. Who else? Daddy? He never told you about the trial 7 years ago. About how he came to lose his attorney's badge. It was a certain piece of evidence that decided his fate, you know. A certain diary. On the back, it bore the mark of a silk hat. What? Phoenix Wright tossed out of the profession by his false evidence. And the forger who made that evidence. Is this girl standing right in front of me? Vera, you must tell us. The evidence you made was used in a trial 7 years ago. Who asked Drew Measham, you, to forge that evidence? For all our sakes, who was it? We only met once. You met the client? Well, who was it? It was... What's going on with Vera? She's staring at Prosecutor Gavin's face again. Guess what? Is there something about me? I remember clearly. I remember who gave me the book. The diary. Who was it? Vera! The devil. Defendant Vera Measham. Condition unconscious. Examiner's diagnosis, acute atroquinine poisoning. This ends the recording of the trial for the murder of Drew Measham. Vera Measham was, during the trial, poisoned by an unknown assailant. Dosage was just under the lethal amount, sparing the defendant's life. She is currently in intensive care. It is not to be disturbed for any reason. Very simple case, at first glance. Till it finally began to show its true colors. The long road to the truth takes us to the record of another trial. In some ways, that was the starting point of it all. And that is where we must go. To find the whole truth. Back to the simpler times. looks like we're going to be in Phoenix Wright's shoes once again. And this is the fun of this game. Seeing Phoenix Wright and seeing everything that went down. And getting, once and for all, finding out what happened 7 years ago. Because he's got some splotches on his record here now. Soiled, sullied mentor, I believe Gavin called him. So, yeah, next time we're going to see exactly what it was that went down those years ago. I'll talk to you guys then.